Ping, 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 ping. It's snippet time. Hello, gals, and welcome to Sober Living Snippets, where we live alcohol-free so we can heal those relationships, feel youthful again, and ditch regret and shame. Ping, 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 ping. Today, I'm going to talk to you about notifications and taking your life back. What the hell does one thing have to do with the other? Well, you can probably guess. Honestly, I want to talk to you about how you use your phone and what kind of authority your phone has in your life. But first of all, why would this matter? When we're in sobriety and we are learning to live alcohol-free, one of the most significant things we do when we're building our new alcohol-free lives, at least when you're doing it with me, is learning how to take your life back. And that means taking charge of every area of your life. And that means deciding what you will and won't do and when you will and won't do it. And that includes allowing people to intrude on your personal space. That includes the sounds in your vicinity. And what is one of the biggest, most intrusive sounds in our vicinity? Our phones, of course. Ping, 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 or whatever the notification is. Listen, gals, because we struggle with alcohol, that means we're looking for escape. But you can't be drinking all the time. So most of us are very prone to also using our phone as an escape route. And this is a pathway to hell. It's almost as bad as drinking. So I want to talk to you today about how to take control of your phone so you're not a puppet to the phone. It pings, we pick it up. It rings, we pick it up. It beeps, we pick it up. Believe it or not, I got my first cell phone in 2019 after I was sober already. I didn't even have a cell phone. I just thought, I don't want one. Finally, of course, I realized that I couldn't really get through this modern world without one. But I have never, ever, since the day I got my first phone, had the sound on. I don't have the ringer on. I don't have, my phone makes no noise ever. Oh, sorry, with the exception of an alarm to wake me up. An alarm in the morning, which I rarely use because I don't have a 9-to-5 job and I get up when I wake up. But sometimes, if I need to be awake at a certain time, I'll use it. But that's it. So that's obviously intentional, right? But if your phone is pinging and when it pings, you grab it and look and see what's happening, something happening. That's a complete interruption in your day. And it means you're not choosing what you're doing. You're just, my phone pinged, I have to look at it. My phone rang, I have to answer it. Why should I answer my phone? Because it rang. I speak to people when I've got time to speak to them. It's much healthier to decide when you're going to sit down and check your messages, when you're going to sit down and take calls, when you're going to return calls. Now, of course, we have to be rational. If you've got children, which most of us over 40, they're grown, so, we're all good here. But if something's going on in your life and you know that someone may need to get a hold of you, of course, adjust accordingly. But I'm talking about on an everyday life. We do not need to have the phone telling us when to jump up and look at it. What if you're in your sacred space in the morning? What if you're driving down the road? It's much healthier if we decide when we're going to look at things, especially social media. Do you do any doom scrolling? Do you mindlessly scroll just to escape? It's amazing how putting your eyeballs in that little screen can just suck you into another world and you're gone. We've completely forgotten about the room we're sitting in or the people we're with or what we're doing. We're just gone. And that's as bad as jumping into a bottle of wine. There's very little difference. It's an escape. And as long as we're trying to escape, we're not going to be able to build the happy, healthy life that we want. At least that's what I want for you. So similar to surface dwelling, which I talk about here on the snippets now and then, which means not going deep in your development, but just kind of floating along. And similar to just deciding, well, I won't drink very much and I'm not talking to those people. And if you're listening and that's you, fair enough. Enjoy the snippets and have a happy day. Good for you. I'm talking to those of you who are serious. I'm talking to my gals, you, who are serious about taking your life and making this the best era of your life, the healthiest, happiest era of your life. You know which era I mean, the last one. And there's absolutely no reason to believe that you have to go into physical decline or mental decline or emotional decline or loneliness. This can truly be, it should be, you know why? Because we've got wisdom. We just haven't used it very much. And honestly, the truth is, if you're a slave to social media or a slave to alcohol, you're not growing emotionally like you should be. That's why you hear so much about emotional sobriety that comes along with living alcohol free. Because when we're slaves to the bottle, we're not allowing ourselves to handle our emotions. We're just stuffing them, stuffing them, stuffing them. And it's laughable how easy it is to learn to manage your emotions. I'm not kidding. It seems like a big job because we hear about years and years of talk therapy, but the truth of the matter is that that's not necessary. In coaching, unlike therapy, we don't sit around and talk about the past. We learn how to manage our emotions. We don't manage them, as a matter of fact. We learn how to let them go, i.e. the letting go technique. And if you're curious about that, go back a couple of months and you'll see I did a book study on David Hawkins' book called Letting Go, The Pathway of Surrender. We spent a whole week on that book, and that's what I teach women to do, let go of emotions, which is so healthy. We don't run from them, we don't stuff them, we don't ignore them, we just let them go, which takes guidance and practice, but it works. So if you're a puppet to notifications on your phone, I'd like to invite you today to turn that sucker off. Put it on airplane mode permanently. And then decide, I'm going to check my phone at 9 a.m., at noon, at 5 p.m., and at bedtime. Actually, bedtime's a bad idea, but you get my point. You decide when you get checked. Okay, it's time. I'm going to go check my messages. Remember, gals? We're all old enough here to remember. The phone used to be at home. Remember? The phone used to be at home. We'd get home and we'd check our messages. Remember that? Right. And nobody died. In fact, we were a lot healthier, I would argue. So just a thought, you might want to turn off the notifications or even just for part of the time turn them off or whatever you choose. But I personally believe in deciding when you're going to look as opposed to letting the phone decide for you. Taking control of our lives so that we can live the lives we want is a lot deeper than just giving up alcohol or just putting down the phone. Taking control is actually a joy to feel that freedom and finally get your life back. If you want to quit drinking for the last time, stop living in regret and worry, and finally stop living all alone on the surface of life, and most important, if you're ready to join the many, many women over 40 who are taking a stand and living free from alcohol, that's why I created the Perspectives group experience and my elite one-on-one uncaged pathway. Both of these experiences help professional and business women break free in a matter of weeks without unnecessary struggle or frustration or inevitable failure. Scroll down in the show notes, click the first link in the description that says book your call with Becca, and finally get free today. I appreciate you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for popping in. Be sure to come back tomorrow so we can keep your head on straight. Sending you buckets of love.